the paths of nation to righteousness. Welcome to Wholeness Africa Initiative. My name is Israel Gunis Balogun. Today, I'll be talking to you about the path of a nation to righteousness. How can we make a nation become a nation that is known for righteousness? What does righteousness mean, and how can we make it to become a culture in a nation? You know, many of us have this scripture in our Bible, or even in your religion. Many things are being said about becoming righteous. And most things we believe in our mind was because we think to become a righteous is about preaching and telling people to change their ways, to abandon their evil ones, to do that. That does not make any nation righteous nation. Let's look at it. There are several nations today that we will love to be there. There are several nations today that you admire them. There are several nations today that things are working. Of course, there is no doubt that human system is never perfect. No nation without its own peculiar problem. And that's what makes a nation needful. The moment there is no more problem for a nation to resolve, there is no need for that nation to exist. That's why we say there is no need for human being to exist when there is no more problem for human being to resolve. So that suggests to me that when we say nations with their peculiar problem, it is one of the responsibility of man to resolve and to fix problems. And so, if any nation has ever fixed the problem of collective righteousness in their country, how they are working toward perfecting collective righteousness in their country, then one should be able to learn and emulate them. And so this video, I'll be sharing with you some of the fundamental principles, or I call them fixed principles, that are used by some nations who we have found to be outstanding in lifestyle, behavior, or some value system that should be emulated by Nigerians. If we desire to see a nation that today will become a nation of righteousness, emulated and respected among the society of the world, we must come to this term and to this understanding that nations cannot become righteous by the practices of their religion. Don't forget that statement. If you forget anything, do not forget it. You can't make a nation righteous because they practice religion. Nations become righteous because they walk in principle. Nations become righteous just because they walk in principles. Principles is what translates nations. And principles are built based on some fundamental systems. You see, nations that we see today that we can say, what about this nation? How did they achieve this in their country? That ordinary citizens that is not even affiliated to any religion will speak the truth all the time. We never deceive you in business. We be respectful and honor you. He will respect you. He will give you honor you deserve. How did they come to that point? It didn't come to that point because they were able to popularize or infiltrate or build several churches, several mosques, or having religion, different kind of religious center everywhere. They got to that point because they established system that make anyone who exists within that system become a person of refine. I have a friend who spoke to me about how he left Nigeria and got to his own country, and when he got the country where he lives right now, he said he had been there for 17 years. He said he came into a system that does not allow you to ever think of crossing highway. There is no way. You cannot even do it. You come to a system that doesn't allow you to drop a death on the floor. You came to a system that does not allow him to even think of defecating or urinating on the street. He said, but he was coming from a country where those things are norms. They are normal. They are nothing bad in doing them. And it's become like a normal thing. Until this brother, he said he couldn't do them though. Whenever he's pressed, the first thing that comes to his mind is looking for where he will go and urinate. But he could not do them because the system there refused him. So if we want to have a nation that is full of righteousness, we must come to this point where we say, let's develop our country and a system that works within our country. But systems are not just built. Systems are built for people, and people build systems. How can we build a system that fits into our whole kind of culture and behavioral method and making it to look and become perfect for ourselves? Do not forget to share this video, subscribe to my channel, Wholeness Africa Initiative, follow me on all my social media platforms so that when I release new videos, you will be aware and you will be able to follow through. I remain Israel Goodness Balogun. Until the next time, God bless you and shalom.